How does an artist fall apart, rise again, and come back even bigger? The answer is Shakira. But behind that answer lies a story filled with mysteries that even a fortune worth millions of dollars can't explain. Rihanna, Beyoncé, Madonna, all became global icons. But Shakira's story stands in a category of its own, because both her disappearance from the stage and her mysterious comeback are tied directly to the biggest turning points in her personal life. So who is Shakira really? As a child, she grew up with poverty, family struggles, and the determination of a little girl holding on to her dreams. She started writing songs at just 8 years old, but ironically, she was once kicked out of her school choir. Her teachers said her voice was too vibrato, not suitable for a choir. The very voice that millions adore today was once considered too much. Now let me ask you, if Shakira had given up that day, what would the world be missing today? Her journey was written not only with talent, but with persistence. At just 13, she released her first album, but it didn't receive the attention she hoped for. Many artists would have quit right there, but not Shakira. At 16, she packed her bags and moved to the United States. That decision started a journey that would one day become a multi-billion-dollar empire. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Because every time Shakira's career soared, her life tested her with storms. On one side, global stages, millions of fans, Guinness World Records. On the other, heartbreaks, scandals, and personal struggles. So, can someone really be both a global icon and a vulnerable woman at the same time? Shakira's story is the answer to that question. In 2001, her album Laundry Service didn't just conquer Latin America, it shook the entire world. Whenever, Wherever became an anthem, and Shakira instantly rose as one of the most powerful female artists on the global stage. From MTV to the Grammys, from world tours to the Super Bowl halftime show, she was everywhere. But what the spotlight showed wasn't the whole picture. Behind the bright lights, there were shadows. Fame always comes with a price. Then came her withdrawal from the stage. For Shakira, this wasn't about losing money. What she lost was deeper. Her connection with herself, her inner peace, her sense of security. So here's another question. When an artist steps away from the stage, do they really lose? Or do they gather even more strength? When Shakira went silent, she wasn't defeated. She was preparing. She needed that quiet to build herself back up stronger than before. And now, with new album rumors, new songs, and a rebirth on the horizon, Shakira is back. But this time, not just as a singer. She is a billionaire entrepreneur, a mother, and an independent icon. The real mystery is this: what makes her comeback so different, so powerful, and so secretive? What truths are hidden in her music? And does this return mean more than just performing again? In this video, you'll discover it all. But remember, some answers won't come until the very end. To see the truth, you need to watch all the way through. Shakira's time away from the stage wasn't really silence. It was a period of transformation. During those years, the media was full of headlines about her private life, her turbulent relationship with Piqué, rumors of betrayal, the court battles that followed their breakup. The world's press talked about her every single day, but almost nobody asked the real question. How was Shakira herself dealing with all this? For an artist, songs are never just melodies. They are reflections of the soul. Shakira turned her pain, her anger, her heartbreak into music. Maybe that's why her songs don't just entertain. They make people stop and say, "I felt that too." Have you ever listened to a song that reminded you of your own life? That's exactly what Shakira achieved. The songs she released after her breakup didn't just climb to the top of the charts. They became anthems of strength proof that women can rise again after being broken, especially tracks like Monotonía and BZRP Music Sessions number 53 made waves not only in Latin America but all around the globe. In those songs, Shakira didn't stay silent, she spoke out. She turned betrayal, heartbreak, and rebirth into art. But you can't define Shakira only by her music. She is also the founder of a billion-dollar business empire. From her perfumes to fashion ventures and her philanthropic work through her Barefoot Foundation, her business mind is just as sharp as her artistic talent. Let me ask you this. Do you think it's easy for someone to be both a world-class singer and a global entrepreneur at the same time? Another side of Shakira is her role as a mother. She has 2 children, and during the darkest moments of her life, she fought to protect them. She tried to shield them from the merciless eyes of the media. Even when her world was shaking, she stood strong for them. On stage, she may be a superstar, but behind closed doors, she was simply a mother holding her children close. Now let's talk about her return to the stage. When she performed at the Super Bowl halftime show in 2020 alongside Jennifer Lopez, it wasn't just another concert, it was the first sign of her comeback. Do you remember that night? The whole world was watching, and Shakira reminded everyone, "The stage is still mine." That moment was more than a performance, it was a message. I'm still here. In the years that followed, rumors of new songs, a new album, and even a global tour started to grow louder. Shakira's return was no longer a question of if, but when. And here's where the mystery comes in. Is this comeback only about music, or is it about rewriting her entire story? One thing is certain, Shakira has always been an artist who reinvents herself. From Latin pop beginnings to global dominance, from rock influences to reggaeton, her music refuses to stay in one box. Maybe that's why her fan base stretches not just across Latin America, but all the way from Asia to Europe. What about you? What's your favorite Shakira song? Drop it in the comments. And we can't ignore her social and political side either. As a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, she has supported education and children's rights for years. Shakira isn't just a star on stage, she's a role model in real life too. So when she finally steps back onto the stage, it's not just a concert, it's a rebirth. As a woman, as a mother, as an artist, and as a business leader, she is beginning a new chapter. But here's the real surprise. Her comeback isn't just about another album. Behind it are whispers of a massive world tour, new songs in unexpected styles, and even a documentary capturing her most personal moments. Shakira's story is still being written. And maybe, just maybe, the most exciting chapter is only beginning now. When we look at Shakira's story, we're not just seeing the journey of an artist, we're witnessing a fight for life itself. Sometimes it played out under the bright lights in front of millions, and other times it happened in the silence of her own home with tears nobody could see. But through it all, one thing stands out. Shakira never gave up. The ups and downs of her life remind us of something important. Wealth, fame, or million-dollar success cannot solve the battles inside your heart. But she found a way to turn all of that pain into power. She transformed heartbreak into rhythm, struggles into melodies, and came back to the stage stronger than ever. That is Shakira's true magic. Her Super Bowl comeback wasn't just entertainment, it was a message to the world. Even if you fall, you can rise again. And her rise wasn't just for herself. It gave hope to millions of fans who listened to her music not just as songs, but as guides for survival. But here's the real question. What's next for Shakira? A new album? A world tour? A documentary? Maybe she's preparing for the boldest chapter of her career? Will this new era turn her into an even bigger legend? Or has the legend already been written? Now I want to ask you, what do you think is the most unforgettable moment in Shakira's career? Was it her early days, When she broke into the Latin pop scene, her global breakthrough, or her powerful comeback after heartbreak? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice is part of this journey too. And don't forget, this video isn't only about Shakira. In a way, it reflects all of us. We've all been broken, struggled, and lost. But the real strength lies in rising again, starting again. Shakira's story reminds us of one simple truth. Power isn't just on the stage, it lives deep within your heart. Before we close, here's a little reminder. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel because we'll keep uncovering the untold stories of the world's biggest icons. And tell us in the comments, whose story do you want us to cover next? Your idea might be featured in the very next video. Shakira's journey is far from over. In fact, the strongest chapter may be just beginning. Stay with us, because together, we'll discover it.